morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Relentless Pursuit of Shade. Today, I am going to do a review of the planner that I purchased for 2021. Lori had done hers previously, and actually that sparked my research onto something that I could use for 2021. And typically I've had challenges with that, but I'll get to that in a couple minutes. I did want to start with letting you guys know, I'm going to be real. We're following up with goals, so I'm going to give you where I kind of stand today, January 16th, I think. Yes. And I'm failing miserably. Just going to throw it out there and be perfectly honest. And I'm a little frustrated with myself, and I think that's even making it worse at this point. I started the year with my back injured a little bit. Had done some hiking and then done a couple of silly things. So my back was giving me a little grief. So that gave me a slow start. And we have had unusually chilly weather here in Florida, and I have gotten so used to the warm that the cold is almost it's almost paralyzing to me. And my northern friends would get a huge kick out of this because it's really not that cold. So in the grand scheme, we're having it's getting down to on average, sometimes mid 40s, high 40s at night. And it's just not climbing out of the 60s during the day for this period of time. And that's just, that's just really challenging for me. So I like to run in the morning, and it's so cold in the morning. And if I have to put on enough clothes to actually get out the door, and then once I get started and get down a little ways, I'm too warm and I have to start stripping off clothes and tying it on, and that whole thing is just really overwhelming to me in my running. So I haven't been doing as much as I would like to. And then yesterday, my husband and I worked on a project in our yard that we just kind of at the spur of the moment decided to do, and I tweaked my back again. So spent 3 hours working in the yard, and today I'm feeling it. And I was so excited about getting out for a run today. And our friend Tommy is running the 100-mile long haul, which I think we'll probably share some information about as well in this process, because we're going to visit him. And I was hoping to run a few miles with him. I still am, actually. So today I'm hoping to get up and run. It's chilly and I'm sore, and that's where I am. So, I understand completely how it's really hard, how sometimes you can get off track with your goals right away. But I'm really committed to getting back to it. So there are a few different things that I'm going to do. I think Susan has gotten involved with an online trainer, and Lori's doing her thing for 8 weeks with a training plan and all. And I realize that I really am going to need some additional direction and then just my own personal push at this point. So I'm going to be looking into a couple of options to get myself back on track so that I can get those 1,500 miles in that I'm planning for by the end of the year. So it's still early, and I just don't want to it's way too easy to get caught up in the loop of being frustrated and saying it's done. I haven't been able to do it. I've got so much to catch up on now. So it's easy to just say, okay, it can't happen, but I'm going to get back in it. I'm going to do it. So just throwing that out there, sharing it all with you all. So let's get ready to do the review of this planner. Alrighty, so with my planner journey was based on the fact that Lori did a review of hers and what she had ordered for this year, and that kind of sent me looking at different options out there. YouTube automatically sent me to a few other videos and reviews of different planners. So I did quite a bit of research before I ultimately selected the one that I did. And typically I just buy a generic planner, and I never use it the way that I am supposed to use it, because I find that there are so many things in it that I don't use or that I don't like, and I wish there were other things available to it. So that is the reason why I ultimately chose this particular one from Plum paper, and it was because I had the ability to really customize what I want. So I have already enjoyed the fact that it's got that wonderful customization, and I know the things that I would change for next year already. So as we go through this, you're going to kind of notice that I have not fully utilized it to its greatest capacity. And this weekend, I have an unexpected day off, which is fantastic. So I'm going to try and spend some time really getting to know my planner a bit and getting myself motivated and back on track for goals. So one of the major reasons I liked this particular planner was because it gave me the opportunity to customize it to really even down to the cover. So this has it's spiral bound. Obviously, it's 8.5 by 11. It's got this wonderful hard plastic cover and on the front and on the back. The paper is nice and thick. I chose this size because this works better for me in and out of my bag constantly, and just the way that I use things. I like the bigger size. There were options for smaller ones. Being in Florida, I'm all about tropical things, so I was able to pick what I wanted on the front, what my design was. There's all kinds of different options for designs, colors, different things out there, things with some stock saying, stock photos, just really cool. But in this case, for me, I ended up putting my word for the year and then my verse that correlates with that. So my Bible verse that correlates with that. So these things are in front and center for me every day, which I think is important. So when we open it up, we can see that. Let's see. Well, there's a page. It says it's mine. I wrote actually out my verse so that I could look at that if I wanted to see what it was. And then there's a view of, then you get the entire year at view. So we do that. And then there are pages for special dates and ideas, plans, goals, and things. It is tabbed, so it's tabbed for each month, and then special sections. So in addition to the different months here, I do have a section for reflection and a section for notes. Those things are able to be put throughout the pages of the months if you choose, or you can set them up as special tab sections at the end of the book. I will tell you that the notes pages I wished now I had put in each of the months, but you live and you learn, and that's how you go. So when we get into a month, I'm going to start with a month I haven't started playing with a little bit. And the months are, have buckets for different things where you can put in your goals, special dates, things to remember, big things happening during the month. It's really great. Now, some of these things are really customizable. They had the options for customizing what your headers were, creating special buckets. I just used a generic one because I was running out of time, and that was too much work for me. I was not prepared for that at the stage that I was at near the end of the year, and I just wanted to get started with 2021 with a good one. So, but I think once I get through a year of using this, I'll have a better idea of the kinds of things that will be helpful to me. So once you get past the month overview, you have the month calendar where you can write in special dates, things that you want to see at a glance. And then there is a page for each week, breaking down the goals by week, habit tracking if that's what you wish to do, and then special notes for days and the dates of each day of the week. So then you've got the full weeks, all the weeks within it. And then I added, I'm working on finishing some coursework, so I added a page for an assignment tracker. This would tell me what I'm working on, when I'm supposed to get it done, if there's particular deadlines for getting things done. I added that, and I added that in each month. I also added a page for my bills. There's a place here to list your bills. And that's all I needed. There were some additional options for that. There were, some additional pages if you wanted to add your bank accounts and things like that if you were tracking them. Again, I just didn't need that level of information in my planner. I just wanted to be able to have a place where I could put what my bills for the month were. I also added a page for prayer reports. or for my spiritual growth and goals as well. So I have, if there's a monthly scripture and reflection, praises, gratitude, who you're praying for, answered prayers. Now, each of these features, again, had some additional things available to them. I just chose not to take advantage of those. And there were other options. So there were things for fitness goals. I didn't want to break out fitness outside of my other goals for the month, so I didn't add any additional fitness pages. So once you get to the end of the year, this reflections area just kind of gives you an opportunity to give you the goals, how you did, how you are, different scales. Again, really interesting things to take a look at if you avail yourself of really completing it and taking advantage. And then I have a section for notes at the very end of the notes area, and I picked how many notes pages that I wanted. And there was a contacts page. This is one of those things that there seems to be a lot of in other planners that I don't tend to use. So thankfully there's only one here. I might rip it out. And a place for passwords if you write those down, which I never recommend. So again, that has the possibility. Well, it won't come out because on the other page is a calendar for 2022. I don't recall purchasing or adding on these wonderful little stickers, but I think that because I don't tend to use them, but I might this time. Maybe that'll help me get a little bit further along, cheer me on towards my various fitness goals. And so there's a page of those. Yep. And then there's a page of some other miscellaneous notes, stickers, and things like that, which are fun. And then there's the all-important pocket for whatever miscellaneous junk you need to throw in temporarily or over time. So I am very pleased with this. I'm excited to be able to get to use it more, pay a little bit more attention to it, be intentional about it, actually, and learn how I might even more make it what I need it to be to help me meet my goals. I've read and listened to several podcasts recently that say that if you write down your goals, if you're actively tracking them, set them, and keep an eye on them, you're 50 to 70% more likely to actually achieve them. And then if you're sharing them with somebody else, that even, sends it up even higher. So that's where I am. Again, I got this from Plum paper. I will, each of the features, there's a basic cost, and then there's an additional charge depending on what you add to it, and that's, totally up to you. And I will put the link to that website in the notes. If you have any questions about it, I would love, or comments or thoughts, and if there's a particular planner that you like that you want to share with the other subscribers here, we would love to hear that. Please do like us, please subscribe to this channel, and please share it with your friends. Thanks so much, everybody. Hope you have a great day.